find those in places like Home Depot or in any other department store. And also, if you go hiking out there, just be mindful with the environment. Please do not leave any trash. And if you happen to see any animals, just give them their space because they do not want to be bothered. It's their home too, and we have to respect that. And coming back to Africa, we have some more antelopes on the left hand side. And we have a very special antelope. We have the Patterson's seal, and also where these animals live, it can also get really, really hot. That's why they do have an adaptation for that. If you look at their necks, specifically at the lower part of their necks, you will see that they have a little pouch there. This little pouch is called a dewlap. A dewlap is full of blood vessels. So what these animals do is that they send all the warm blood into the dewlap that looks kind of like a bonsai, has kind of a twisted shape. That tree is also a coral tree. Yeah, they are the exact same type of tree. But you will notice that they look pretty different, right? Well, that is because these trees face different challenges. And the tree we have on the left-hand side, that tree lives in an environment with hungry giraffes that are constantly trying to eat those leaves. That's why the tree has adapted. It has changed its shape. And it has made its leaves to be really, really high. So they do not get all eaten by the giraffe. Whereas the tree we have on the right-hand side, the only pair that tree has are deer, that of course are not as tall as giraffes. That's why that tree can manage to have its leaves closer to the ground. It is a nice example that reminds us that plants, just like animals, just like us, they are also alive. They also need to find ways to survive in their environment. And yes, you might see some horns on the right-hand side. They are laying down, they are huge. But those horns these animals have, those are not natural. They are in fact a part of human intervention. Because those are one of the few domestic species that actually in the park. That means that they have been living with humans for hundreds of years. And among the Akoli people of North Africa that breed these animals, those horns are what shows wealth. They are what makes us a person either rich or poor in the tribe and what gives them their status. That's why those people breed these animals with the purpose of making their horns bigger and bigger. And also those white animals you see over there on the right, those are the scimitar horned oryx, a species that is now extinct in the wild. The only ones left in the world, they are either in zoos or in natural reserves. That is very, very unfortunate. So I think we are pretty lucky to have some here, be able to breed them here, and we hope to someday be able to introduce some to the wild. We also see the gemsbok on the left-hand side. Another antelope that has those thread marks that we have seen before.
다 왔나 봐.
아 왔네. 아, 동물 진짜 별로 볼 게 없네. 그렇죠? 너무 조금 풀어놨네. 이건 말이 싹발이지. 말이 싹발이지.
Right. Because over there in the left we have two animals. We have a very special and unique dog. Yes, that is a common dog. But next to the dog we have the cheetah, the South African cheetah, the fastest land mammal in the world. You may be wondering what is that dog doing right there? Well, that dog is the companion of the cheetah. We have some dogs so that they feel more comfortable, so that the cheetahs feel more comfortable, because cheetahs get scared really easily. They are very shy animals. So we have found out throughout the years that having a dog with them really helps them out. The giraffes you have over here, these are what you can call the common giraffe. You will notice that they are a tiny bit lighter in tone than the Maasai giraffe we saw earlier.
얘는 키가 크네.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop you pretty tall yourself to be able to reach and access mama's milk. And because they are so tall, giraffes can also
Yeah,
see
포즈 잡는 거
extremely
봐.
well. In fact, they can
쉬운다,
see
얘. 얘 가운데 있는 애.
up to
얘
2
포즈
miles
잡.
into the distance. And other animals actually know this, and they try to take advantage of this. So a lot of animals will just hang out and stay close to a giraffe because they know that giraffes can see much better than they can. So if a giraffe starts running away scared, they should probably do the same, as the giraffe probably saw something that they did not see coming.
아, 얘 속도 엄청 내네. 씨.
So now, unfortunately, we're reaching the end of our tour.
라이언.
맞네. 2마리네. 3마리다. 우리.
That is the skull of a
샌디에고 사파리 파크. 샌디에고 사파리 파크.
African tramp?
African tramp, yeah.
That is down past Lions, about a 15-minute walk at an easy pace from here.
Is there a particular time to see the best, to get the best views?
It circles around two parts of the savannah you can't see from the walking part, so it's really just how long the line is.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
for
maybe
that.
we should get to it now.
사바나가 있네.
If you head up to Kalima Point, a lot of times the rhinos are still sleeping right there this early in the morning, but sometimes they've also wandered down. It just depends. But a lot of times in the earlier morning, they're sleeping right under. They got a big little dirt mound they like to sleep on. Like the tigers are a little more active this time in the morning. Platypuses, they do their own thing. Because they're on Sydney time, so they should be up, but sometimes they're asleep now and then they come out at night. It really depends on them. But they're also the only two outside Australia in the entire world right here. So it's worth hanging around to try and see them. Then Walkabout Australia, you get to go inside with the kangaroos while they're doing their own thing. And I've heard there is a pretty new Joey kind of walking around, just came out the pouch for the first time a couple weeks ago. We got our condors, which are always neat. The southern cassowary, which are just giant emu-looking things. They look like dinosaurs. They're really cool. Our gorilla family group is out, so it is Winston, our 50-year-old silverback, and all his ladies.
All his ladies.
Yep, because that's how the gorillas live in their troops. It's the one silverback with all the ladies. Frank and Monroe, they just moved because they're
Lucky
14
gorilla.
and 12. This?
이렇게 보고 사진을 찍어놔야 나중에 또 감상을 하죠.
It's like 10 o'clock in the morning. Do you have your card? Or do you gotta use well, you have to take a look at
If you don't use any of it, you have to come 3 times. Oh, it's the first time. Yeah, and then just use it.
Hi, Jason.
뭘로 갈까? 시간이 많지 않아요.
트램
사파리
탈까요? 트램?
베이스 캠프고 내셔널 나이로비 빌리지.
트램프 타요.
자, 이쪽은 라구 고릴라 트레일러 갈까 우선?
고릴라 트레인? 네, 그래요.
We just went there. That's
고릴라 보고.
make it to an elevator.
이거를 우리가 120 얼마 줬다고?
두 개 합쳐서.
그러니까 한 사람
싼 거죠.
60 몇 불밖에 안 되네.
네.
야, 근데 저기로 올라가요. 고릴라 뭐야? 홍고 리버 피싱 밸리고 밸리고 여기는 샌데 고릴라 트레일이고요. 라구는 있고 일로 가고.
Go see the birds.
You went, babe.
I know. Do you see the gorilla just chilling? Does it look like daddy? Okie dokie.
It's like Ryan's playground.
어디 있어요?
고릴라.
앉아서 노네 그냥?
고릴라.
아저씨 좀 그냥 나오네.
아, 저기 애기를 업었나? 애기 업었어요. 애기야, 뭐. 애기야, 저게 뭐야?
둘이.
아, 고릴라.
얘들 밖으로 안 나오네. 네?
패밀리 라이프, 고릴라.
프랭크랑 포카모나 똑같이 생겼네.
레슬리도 있네. 레슬리 새끼인가 봐.
네?
레슬리.
네, 웨슬리는 여자네.
조앤도 있어요. 조앤. 윈스턴도 있고, 남자 같네.
못생겼다.
카밀라. 이만희.
탈출을 해갖고 주인 다 죽여버리잖아. 부부가.
오, 보복했네, 보복.
걔네 탈출할 때 부부가 그냥 죽여. 이거 못 줘.
극장도 있네. 아, 야외 극장이구나, 저기.
아프리카 잘 못 줘.
가게.
플레이그라운드. 이런 정글 같은 거 치고.
Anna.
잘 안 나오네. 저런 뭐야 그거?
예. 긴 거 아닐까요? 저렇게.
이쪽으로 가는 거겠지?
예.
Yeah. No problem.
What's that? 갖다 놓고 쇼하고 있더니 뭐 볼 게 있나 봐.
So African caracal, C-A-R-A-C-A-L. These guys are found in the tall savanna grasses in Africa.
치타네, 치타. 여기로 들어가네, 여기로.
어디요? 맞네. 오늘 이거 안 보면 별로 볼 게 없어.
안 돼. 이거
그쵸?
들어가야 돼.
이거 보면 별로 볼 게 없어. 그냥 한 바퀴 돌고 오는 거네요. 네? 한 30분이면 다 돌겠지?
Flight travel here at expected height.
한 30분 다 오고.
예. 그죠.
Which rides did you guys get on at Disneyland?
Train at the Safari Zoo in San Diego. We are now moving, starting for sightseeing.
Okay, can everyone hear me okay?
My power is out all day. Doesn't matter.
Yes. How's the volume? Am I too loud for anyone? No? How is too quiet? Am I too quiet for anyone? Woo! Too quiet? Okay. I'll... Yep. Okay, is that better? Can you guys hear me? Yes, awesome. Okay, welcome everyone to the Africa Tramp. My name is Eduardo and I'm gonna be your guide for the next 25 to 30 minutes of our tour. But before we begin with our tour, I just had to go over a couple of our safety rules here on the tram. First of all, please make sure your doors are well closed. And please do not lean on them as they are only latched and not locked. Please hold on tight to your items, because I'm not allowed to stop the tram if anything falls. But if anything does fall, just let me know by the end of the tour, and I'll do my best to send someone to get your item back for you. Please remain seated while the tram is in motion, and only stand up when I'm completely stopped. And don't worry, we'll have plenty of opportunities for you to stand up and hopefully take some good photos of all the beautiful animals we'll see in this tour. And last but not least, if you happen to have any medical emergencies, you just have to press that yellow strip you have on the side of your cart and above your head. But if you're in the front cart, you do not have one of those. So in that case, just wave at me or knock on my window to call my attention. And don't worry, because we'll come back to this area by the end of our tour, so we will get a chance to see all those animals you saw on the left-hand side once again, and we will talk a lot more about them. I also want to thank you for coming through one of the two front doors of the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance. We are a non-profit organization with 8 different conservation hubs all around the world. Those are different areas that we focus on for our conservation efforts and projects. And we also have conservation projects for specific species, such as the California condor, the barong owl, and the white rhino.
Sorry.
And speaking about white rhino conservation, we can start with our place on the right-hand side, because this is our Nikirakan Rhino Rescue Center, where we are carrying out a very special conservation project. So in this place, in the back, we have some southern white rhinos. But their cousins, the northern white rhino, is a species that is considered to be functionally extinct, as there are only 2 left in the whole world. They are both female, mother and daughter, and they are well past their reproductive age. They live in a reserve in Kenya. So when those 2 pass away, unfortunately, they will go extinct. But here in the Rhino Rescue Center, we are trying to help, we are trying to revert that situation using something called genetic rescue. In our frozen labs, we have some northern white rhino DNA stored, and with the help of our scientists, we hope to someday be able to implant a northern white embryo into a southern white mother. So that mother gives birth to a northern white rhino. Now that is only the beginning, because our end goal is to not only have one northern white rhino be born here in the park, but to someday be able to reintroduce a whole group of these animals back to their native environment, and that way hopefully save them from extinction. Unfortunately, all rhino species are endangered, and that is mostly because they get poached. They get poached for their horns, because some people believe that rhino horn has some medical properties. So if you happen to consume just a tiny bit of rhino horn, that can cure any disease, any illness. Now that is not true, because rhino horn is made out of keratin, and keratin is the same protein that makes up your own hair and your own nails. So if you touch your nails or your hair, that is basically what rhino horn is made out of, and of course, these do not have any medical properties. But coming back to our animals here in the park, in this tour I'll talk about adaptations. Adaptations that the animals will see have to survive in their natural environment. Because life out in the African savanna, where these animals are from, is not easy, and they have to deal with a lot of challenges every single day, such as predators trying to get them, or extremely high temperatures. So I'll mention the ways in which they deal with all these challenges and manage to not only survive, but thrive in their natural environment. And we can start with our antelopes of the nice and cool temperature, even when outside can be really, really hot. That is a pretty small antelope, but we have one antelope that is much bigger on the left-hand side, because over there we have the Ellipsan waterbuck. We have some adults, and we have our little baby waterbuck right over there. It's actually the second time that I see that baby. It's pretty hard to see. It's always hidden. But right now we're lucky because it's right there. We can all see it very, very well. And you may be wondering why these animals have those kind of white rings right there. Well, these are called follow me marks. And these animals use them to be able to easily see each other and follow each other, even when they have their heads low on really tall grass. And where these animals live here in the safari park, and we'll see that some of these adaptations are common to a lot of species of antelope. Here on the left, we are going to see the sable antelope.
너무 좋아요. 예, 오늘 장목사님 생일이 31일이거든요. 우리가 가서 오늘 그 콘서트를 했잖아요.
And you will notice that these animals in their faces, they have something that looks kind of like a mask, like a black and white mask. These are called threat masks, and these animals use them to be able to intimidate both predators but also each other. Because where these animals live, resources can be scarce, so they have to compete with one another for those resources. So those masks they have, they're gonna make their horns appear longer, and therefore make them more fierce and more intimidating. So they can intimidate predators but also each other. Now there's also another behavior that is common in antelopes. You will see that 3 of these animals are laying down, but they're kind of like looking in different directions. Well, among antelopes, alert circles are very common. And that is when all the antelopes lay down, but they all face different directions. They do that to look out for danger. They want to have eyes in all different directions, so that if any predator comes from the north or the south, at least one individual will be able to see it coming. Really long necks that allow them to reach and access leaves that are really high and that no other species in the African savanna can access. But they also have really long tongues. If you want to know how long a giraffe's tongue can be, you just have to look at your arm and measure from the tip of your middle finger down to the base of your elbow. If you are an adult, that is how long these tongues can be. And their tongues are also prehensile. That means that giraffes can move their tongue just like any other muscle. It is like an extra arm or extra finger that they can use to reach leaves that are really high because of that really dark color he has. And the reason why he has a dark color is simply to be attractive for females. He just wants to look good, and that's why he has that really nice and dark color. And well, he's also the tallest one over here. That is our only male, Gohan. But another animal with a very dark color at their way, and the reason why they are able to beat animals like lions is because they are like a close family and they look after one another. So if one member of the herd gets attacked, they will all come in and help, and they will all together fight against the predator. And when you have so many of those huge horns coming your way, well, even if you are a lion, you will certainly get scared. And also, the reason why they have that dark color is well, these are called the Somali wild ass. Do you remember those follow marks that I mentioned earlier? Well, if you see those zebra socks that these animals have, those are their follow marks that they use for the same reason as the Ellipsan waterbuck.
저거 봐요, 저거 노란 거, 저거 뭐야? 저기 노란 거요? 거즈요. 거즈요? 오랜만에 했어요.
And we have one animal just posing for your photos right there on the left-hand side. We have one of our beautiful zebras. That is a gravy zebra. These animals are the largest species of zebra, but also unfortunately one of the most endangered species of zebra. That really stand out and don't really look like anything where they live. Well, that is because zebras have a different type of camouflage, one that is called disruptive camouflage. Zebras do not want to blend in with their environment like other species. Zebras want to blend in with each other, because what they do is that they form really big groups of zebras can keep predators away and camouflage using their stripes. And now coming back to the antelopes, we have some more antelopes on the right hand side. The ones you see laying down over there, the big ones, those are the roan antelope, one of the biggest species of antelope in the world. There's something called the sexual dimorphism, and that is when the males and the females of the same species look very different from each other, because among most antelopes, females do not have horns, and they tend to be a bit smaller than males. And that is what happens when resources are more plentiful. So there's not as much competition for them. But when resources are scarce, we have what happens among the roan antelope, where the females look just like the males. We have another zebra on the left. That is also a gravy zebra, the same species we already saw. But I know I've been talking a lot about African animals, but I also want to briefly mention our own native environment here in San Diego. Because San Diego is a biodiversity hotspot,